Alright, so broadcast has started.
Welcome along, folks, to the ILR round 4 of the championship here in Shanghai, China. Qualifying is getting underway as we speak. The cars are making their way out onto a very damp circuit as they are all greeted by the wet conditions here, and it's going to be a thrilling session. Who will get the best of the weather, and it will now free them up for the race for their tyre choice. It's going to be a very interesting qualifying session. And alongside me I've got Ridson, and we're all set for a cracking session. Ridson, what do you think is going to happen in this session? Who are the main protagonists? Who are the people we need to look for in the fight for pole position?
Alright, well, we need to it's Frisky CJ. He had an absolute disaster in Britain. He was leading the race by 20 seconds plus, got a puncture last lap, came second. So that was a couple of weeks ago. Still probably right there in his memory. We've got people like Skivan, who's not exactly got quite underway. I can get the standings up for you soon, and we can go through the top 10. Bear with me, I'm just trying to sort out audio settings here.
Okay, no problem. So the drivers are heading out onto the track at the moment, getting the first sight of the circuit with these intermediate tyres going on. Nobody has decided to select the wet tyre or indeed the slick tyre. So it's quite clear the choice of tyres here is the Sauber hits me 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. I'm not going to be saying that full name every single time we see him, but he's coming out now of the final turn and heading up to the start line. He's the first man to start a flying lap here in China. He slips and slides his way out the final corner, lights up the rears and heads across the line. He's the first man to start a flying lap. And then towards the first corner, and annoyingly I'm not able to switch cars on this because my wheel doesn't allow me to, and my controller doesn't work. So I am literally blind in this session. Absolutely impossible. In fact, I'll be able to change cars in the race, I think, but not from here. I might actually have to retire to do my commentary. So that's what I do. I usually use this screen in the garage, but I'm going to have to retire because there's no way I can do this when it's like this. So I'll do it from this other camera because it's absolutely impossible for me from the garage. The wheel doesn't let me cruise the car onto the track. But now we have a full view of it. He heads down now into the hairpin at the end of the first sector and lights up the rear tyres and heads through now into the middle part of the lap. So have you managed to get this championship standing for it? Are you aware of who?
Yes. And first we've got Michelangelo, who's on 59 points. He's 16 points clear of Chris Johnson, or It's Frisky CJ. It's Me 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 is third on 30 points. I don't know whose Twitter that is. Oh, I think that is Travis, who's in 4th place. We've got Tizok in 5th. He was the race winner, the first ever race winner in Australia, but he's only got 26 points. I think he had some sort of engine failure last week. I have no idea what happened. We just found him parked up down the penultimate turn in Austria. We've got the GTA Gamer in 6th. We've got Zalen in 7th. Martin's in 9th. We've got, who's that in 8th? I think that is that Red Bull Lordy? I think it is, yeah. Travis in 11th. He's had a bit of a disaster, even though he's shown some good pace. And that rounds up the top 10, really. So, yeah.
For the pole this afternoon at the moment, it is Parkway Drive who's gone quickest of all. He is on top of the standings. The Sauber of he's been sliding around on his lap so far. He's not looked at all convincing. It's Michelangelo now pops to the top of the standings. The 148.1, that is the target to beat, and that is immediately beaten by Skivan, who goes on to 147.5. So he now takes the top of the standings. Michelangelo second, third for Parkway Drive, and fourth is the Hungarian of Pizzalan Hung. I'll just call him Pizza. I'll just call him Alan, I think.
Zalen. Zalen is how you pronounce it. The P's Zalen. Yeah. We got told that last week.
He said, especially from second down to fifth. Only 3 tenths covering second to fifth. And Tiscott just pops into the 148. He is 148.9. He's sixth at the moment then. So it is Skeven from Michelangelo, partway drive, Zalin and Little Blocks at the top five at the moment here in Shanghai. So a lot of drivers just finding their zone, finding their rhythm. As you can see, a dry line beginning to appear in the middle of the track. The rain is not letting up, they're just hoovering up the water on the surface at the moment and just making things a little bit easier. It's always tough at the start of the session. You're the first man going through the rivers, through the puddles, finding all the tricky parts of the track, but everyone now finally getting the confidence up and getting the lap times up as well. Expect these lap times to come down and down and down if the weather stays the same. So, Skeven on top then for Renault, the Irishman heading down the back straight now, looking for his braking point much earlier in the wet conditions, and down he goes onto the brakes and into the hairpin. Is he going to go even quicker than what he is at the moment, or is he diving into the pits? There's a lot of drivers coming in after this initial run, and Skeven is one of them. A lot of them coming in. Quite surprising to see that none of them have decided to put lots of fuel in the car and just run and run and run. And sometimes that's the best thing to do in these conditions. And there is still a few cars out there doing that as Little Blocks makes a move going down the straight. It's not the race day, but he makes the move and jumps up into fifth position. Or jumps past the Renault, sorry. He's currently fifth at the moment. As Skeven still leads, and Zalin has now popped up into second at 147.8, 3 tenths off the leader of Skeven at the moment. Michelangelo demoted to third as things begin to hot up then. Several cars coming into the pits as we look in the middle sector. It's really busy. So many cars trying to find space to get a lap in. Absolute bedlam there. And it looks to me like one of the Saubers is in there and he's holding up Dan behind him. And it's really, really close. The Watchman in the middle sector, in the final sector as well. It's me coming around the final corner. Where is he going to go? Currently 11th quickest, up towards the line. Where is he going to go? Can he improve? Move into the top 10? He does. He moves to within 7 tenths of the pole time, and he goes fifth fastest. So he pops into the Sauber into fifth place. Who else we got out there on a flying lap? Dan in the Force India down at the hairpin. Pippi towing his way around the outskirts of the corner there, running really deep, taking the karting line. He's got one corner to go then, and he goes into the pits and abandons that lap. Angelo moving out of the way of the Frisky CJ in the first corner. As he begins a flying lap, and Zalin is in the final turn. Has he got fuel to complete this lap, or is he coming into the pits? Can he get any closer? No, he's gone into the pits. He's pitting now, and he does not get any closer to the pole time at the moment. So what do you think so far, Bitson? Who looks like the man to beat?
Well, has to be Skevan, doesn't it? Has to be Skevan. Has to be Skevan. I mean, he is 3 tenths. Oh no, wait, Zan is only 3 tenths. I thought he was further ahead. I didn't see that lap time get put in, but yeah, Skevan still quite a distance ahead. That's only one position. He's 3 tenths ahead. And then there's another 3 tenth gap between second and third now. Hopefully that'll be closer by the end.
Yeah, I think so. And I have to say, you have to say as well, Skeven, a lot of these guys have put a lot of laps in already, but Skeven has just pumped in one lap and done a 147.5. So right away he's found the confidence, he's found the pace, he's found the grip, and he has got that Renault at the top of the board at the moment, which is great to see. So the Watchman then, as we go back to the action on track, running 7th at the moment. Is he going to complete this lap? We keep seeing drivers pour into the pits, but Watchman is going to come round the final corner and head towards the start-finish line. Currently 7th, and climbs up to 3rd place. Look at that.
Nice.
Only 3.5 tenths away. Decent lap then, Ritson.
Yeah, definitely. Where is Watchman in the standings? I'll try and find that out for you now. Oh.
As you find that out, we'll watch Michelangelo come round the final corner. Is he going to climb up from 4th?
Ooh, what?
I think he's starting a flying lap. Yellow flag's being waved, not sure why. As we ride on board with him, let's take a lap of Shanghai with Michelangelo. He goes into turn 1 now. The long, sweeping right-hander in these damp conditions. Very tricky, very tough. Back end sliding, lighting up the rears as he takes a squirt into 2. And then the long turn 3. And then he begins the long climb up through the gears and down towards the hairpin. into the first sector, comes right now as he goes into the hairpin. Yes, Richard.
I've just found out that the Watchman is only 16th in the standings with 4 points so far. So this could be a big week for him.
Yeah, he could be turning the tables and starting afresh.
Yeah.
Michelangelo then races through the middle sector. A real sore one on the tyres in the dry conditions. But it has to be said that the amount of pit stops being done, they're going to be cut down, and maybe a chance to lower the pit stops in the race now if it's dry, because they won't put so many laps on the tyres in qualifying to then go into the race. It gives them that window, it gives them the opportunity to cut down on the pit stops. What do you think, Richard? How many stops are we likely to see in this Grand Prix if it's dry?
I think, well, it does look, the weather forecast said it's going to be dry. With no one getting any tyre wear in qualifying, I think 2. I think we're going to see 2 stops. Some might try a 3 stop and go for a couple sets of supers, maybe. But I don't really see if that. I don't think they're going to get enough laps in to really make up that time for the pit stop. So I'm saying 2 stops for everyone.
So in the 2 stop, what tyres would be used in that scenario then? What would you expect to see?
I would think maybe super soft, medium soft, possibly. Some people who may not be able to take care of the tyres may still have to do super soft, medium. It depends if they're pushing the entire race or not. You know, some people very, very careful with the tyres and really good at keeping them low percentage per lap, and some just push the entire time and go full out. So it's really, that's what makes a 50% race so interesting, is you know, you've got to adapt your driving style, and you've got to pick the right moments to push.
Yeah, I totally agree. And speaking of picking the right moments to push, Michelangelo, while we're chatting away about the strategy for the race, has popped up into second. Look at that. He's only a tenth and a half away, sorry, 100th and a half away from the pole position. Never mind a tenth, 100th away. And he is looking menacing. The Greek driver driving his heart out here. And look at that. That is very, very close. A 1:47.5 by Skeven, and now Michelangelo does a 1:47.6. So close between them, and Skeven is on a lap at the moment, and he's going even quicker. Where is he? Let's get on board with Skeven. He's currently flying at the moment, and we pick him up now. He's just crossed the line. Has he extended his advantage?
He has.
The answer to that is yes. It's
47.3.
47.3. Look at that. He picks up again and goes even quicker, 3/10 quicker now than Michelangelo. And it's going to be very difficult for anyone to respond to that. What a time that is. What do you make of that one, Richard?
I think someone's gonna need all the luck in the world to top that one. We thought, what did he do at the start? It was like a 47.6.
Yeah,
people
1:47.5, and he's just increased it to a 1:47.2. But it's Michelangelo that's done a 1:47.6.
That was at the start of the session. The track's dried out a bit. You know, some of the water's gone, and people only just starting to get to the 47.6s now. So yeah, I don't see anyone beating Skivan in this qualifying session, at least.
Well, we'll wait and see. I'm a betting man, but I'm not ready to bet on this league yet. I'm not too sure. I don't know a lot about them, but I'm finding a lot about them at the moment. But Partway Drive is now climbed up to third, a 1:47.6 as well, 600ths away from Michelangelo. It's tightening up behind the man on top at the moment. The White's Leopard has done a 1:47.7, so a 10th cover second to fourth. Zalin, we already know, has done a 47.8, so it's very close. Lickle Blocks also a 1:47.8. So between second and sixth, you've got 2/10 of a second. The Watchman, 1:47.9. It's so close between seventh and second. A lock brake, a lock tyre could cost you. Missing the apex by a few metres. There's a difference between seventh and second at the moment.
I tell you, who might be
really competitive, close stuff. Good to see.
I'm on board with
Stephen is out going again.
Parkway Drive. He might be on for a quicker lap than he's already done.
He is on for a quicker lap. He's done a 1:47.1. Look at this.
Whoa,
Skivan away from the field here.
Jeez.
1:47.1. That's half a second clear of the rest. The Irishman is absolutely flying. I know they get a lot of rain in Ireland, and we're beginning to see the benefits of it here for Skeven.
Parkway Drive
along,
improved.
Some wet Irish roads is working well for him.
Parkway Drive has improved on his time. He's in second, 47.5. but still
1.75.
miles off Skivan.
Yeah.
It,
Away, but
it's going to be interesting seeing the race. Has Skivan actually put a bit more of a wet setup on, just so he could do better in qualifying and get get away from the chaos in the middle of the pack for turn one, or has he actually done that on a dry setup? In which case, he's clearly the favourite for this race. It's going to be interesting to see in that first few laps what his pace is.
I mean, drivers do vary from wet to dry conditions. They
They do.
struggle in the wet and they good in the dry, and vice versa. You know, actually, there's a few drivers out there I know about that are nowhere in the dry and just come out of nowhere in the wet and just absolutely fly along. As Stephen makes a small error there coming off the banking, but I have to say that this is mightily impressive. But you know, running a wet setup here isn't always bad. Okay, you've got the long back straight, easy to get overtaken, but with the tyre wear around here, if you're running more aerodynamics, you're not putting as much stress on the tyres through that middle sector, and you've got a good chance of keeping them intact. So there's a lot of benefits and a lot of bad things about it too, so it weighs itself out. So even if it's a wet setup, it's not the end of the day. But he does have a great advantage over Parkway Drive. Let's have a quick look at the rundown of the order at the moment. Ez Skeeven on top from Parkway Drive in second, Michelangelo third, with Zalin now fourth, and the White Leopard down to fifth, who has dropped down quite a few places there. Little Blocks is in sixth position, seventh the Watchman, eighth it's me, and ninth is Tizok, 10th is Johnny. He rounds out the top 10. Dan 11th, Frisky CJ 12th, and what's that?
Four sticks. What? Four sticks. Get the T in there,
yeah. Well, hopefully he retires early on. He's going to have to say that.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I shouldn't be saying that. He's a fellow countryman of mine, so you know, we'll see. But he's 13th anyway. Unlucky for some. And Dina, what are these names, man? Who's that guy?
DNA Joe. DNA
Joe. Okay. He is 14th, and Eva is 15th, and then it's us sandwiching Bullet, who's somehow not managing to beat the commentators. That's quite something. The checker flag is out anyway, and I think we've had an improvement here. Little Glocks is second. Who the hell went to the top there? Nobody. Zalan slotted himself in between Skeeven and Parkway Drive. Look at that. It's another 47.5. How close are these guys going to get? So many of them tucked up next to each other in the field here. Second to seventh. There's nothing separating them. Bullet's out there on a lap now, but Michelangelo is the man to watch. Currently fourth, and he is heading down that back straight, coming to the end of a flying lap. Is he going to snatch the pole away right at the death? The prancing horse hits the brakes, goes into the hairpin. You can see the flags in the grandstands either side of the hairpin, up and waving in anticipation here of a good lap from Michelangelo. He hits the final corner, heads towards the line. Huge kick of oversteer, almost onto the AstroTurf. What can he do? He goes second. 2/10 away from the pole time, but crucially on the front row alongside Skeeven. What about the White Leopard? He's stuck in traffic behind Bullet in the middle sector. It doesn't look good for him. The Watchman's out there, and Vortex is 13th. Where's he going to go? He's in the final sector. The other Ferrari, pretty poor if he's comparing himself with his teammate. What can he do out of the final corner? Up towards the line he will go. Doesn't look anything like as aggressive going into the final turn, but can he improve on 13? The answer, no. He stays there. And I tell you what, the Ferrari garage do not look one bit impressed about that. Bullet coming into the final corner, he's got a White Leopard right behind him. They're going side by side across the line. Bullet goes 13th with an awful lap in truth, and that is that. The White Leopard hugely compromised at the end there, but somehow managed to improve his lap time.
Wow. He's not going to be happy with that. Bullet held him up at the into the hairpin. Oh dear me.
That rounds up the qualifying. Skeeven has gone quickest, and by 2/10 in the end to Michelangelo. Zalin is third, and look how close it is. Parkway Drive only 300 behind him in fourth. White Leopard disappointed with fifth. The Watchman sixth. Little Blocks seventh. It's Me is eighth. Tizok ninth. Johnny rounds out the top 10. Then it's Frisky, Dan in 12th, and 13th is Bullet, alongside his fellow Scotsman, 4-6. Well,
it's worth noting.
The race now, Ritson, and I have to ask you, will anyone start in the medium tyre? There's a good chance now.
It's yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see most of the top guys starting on the medium tires. Maybe some in like the mid pack they might go on the softs, try and gain a few places in the first laps. Um, See what they can do. Put a wedge in between some of the faster guys and make things interesting.
Well, I've made a rookie mistake here, and I'm still in the grid. I'm not watching from spectator cam, as I was told to. So that is a big mistake for me. I can't retire, so I'm going to have to get myself disqualified here. That was pretty stupid. So I'll leave this to you for now. Oh, the formation lap, I can leave then, can't I? Yeah,
Yes, you can.
I'll be back in a minute then. But I'll continue to commentate while I'm away, sorting myself out. So you think a lot of the field will go for the medium tyre? You think that's a reasonable possibility?
Yeah, definitely. And it's also worth noting in the first 3 races we've had 3 different winners. So are we going to see a 4th ski van? I've just noticed he's got no points so far.
Well, what
So-
a way to make an appearance to the championship, leading it way away.
He's had a few disasters. Yeah, but he could really go for that now, and he'd still be quite a way off at the top of the standings. But 25 points wouldn't be a bad way to start closing that gap. It's
No.
Michelangelo who leads the standings. He won last time out in Austria. He also got an extra point from pole as well, which is handed out. So a point for pole and a point for the fastest lap in the race. So it makes things a little more interesting for if you're outside of the points, you can put on the fastest set of the tyres towards the end of the race. Try and get a point. Try and get something from your weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Michelangelo, as you say, leading the standings one last time out. He looks like the closest challenger to Stephen, and we'll have to wait and see what he does. Interestingly, though, Stephen has gone for the soft compound, as has Michelangelo. A lot of the field have not picked up on the medium tyre being available to them, and they all went for softs. Interesting, Liquid Blocks is on the medium, Frisky CJ on the medium, Bullets on the super soft. He'll be in the pits after 3 laps. Well, I suppose the advantage for that is if there's a safety car early on, he's going to get a free pit stop, so it could work out in his favour. But a lot of the field at the front going for the soft compound, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But is it possible, and I know this sounds crazy, if people look after their tyres enough, they could do a one-stop? Could you really look after your softs and then go on to mediums? Is that possible? Or start on mediums and go to soft?
The tyre wear in China is ridiculous. I don't know. We saw one stop last week. I think it's me, and he made the softs lap for like 20 odd laps, over 20 laps. It was like ridiculous. No one thought a one stop was anywhere near possible. I even said like I bet no one would do a one stop, and we saw one last week. So maybe we'll see one this week, but I just don't see how it's possible. I know I couldn't go anywhere near a one stop without having 4 punctures.
We're about to find out anyway. If we will see a one-stop, because the 3, 4 and now 5 lights are on, and the Chinese Grand Prix is underway, and moving off the grid well is Stephen from pole, and will he hold it into the first corner? It certainly looks like it. He leads from Michelangelo into turn 1, and then the long train behind him, and there's no contact yet. We've got a Red Bull running wide at the background, but they all file their way through turns 1 and 2. We've got Force India on the grass, and they all sliver their way through turns 1, 2 and 3. But in the lead at the moment is Stephen, and right behind him is Michelangelo, and we have a safety car.
Safety car already.
We have a safety car, and Stephen will lead them now. So wait, how did you retire from the race there?
I went past turn 1 and then retired afterwards, because apparently that's the way you got to do it. Otherwise you get yellow flags on the first straight for the entire race, which we found out in some of the pre-season practice races we did. In Spain we had Michael Davis' car just on the side revving its engine for every single lap, so that was, and you couldn't make any overtakes, so that was annoying.
Okay.
Codemasters definitely need to sort their game out, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, in amongst all the chaos, Bullet is minus a front wing down in 16th place, and he needs to come into the pits. He's had an eventful qualifying session. He only did 1 lap, and got right in amongst it with the Leopard. So now he's lost his front wing on the opening lap of this race. And to make matters worse, not really, he was on the super soft tyres. I said he might be in after 2 or 3 laps. He's actually going to be in after 1 lap. So there you go. He'll be making his way into the pit lane now. I don't really think there was much change in the order because the safety car was called for so soon. And Bernd Mailander was barely into his seat and he was getting called back out onto the racetrack. So Skeven leads the way then. Is there anybody coming for an early stop? It wouldn't make any sense for anyone, to be honest. And it looks to me like they're all carrying on except Bullet, who we can go to now. And he will come down into the pits. So actually there's another car coming in as well, along with Bullet. We'll find out in a minute. Is that one of the Ferraris? I think it is. It must be the 2 Scotsmen coming into the pits then. Oh dear, 4 Sticks and Bullet into the pits. Not a good day to be a Scotsman at all. And Bullet has selected the soft tyres. He goes on to the soft. What does 4 Sticks do? He
Mediums.
goes on to the medium tyre. So it's going to be interesting. And now we've lost Tizot from the Grand Prix.
Oh no. What's happened there? Hopefully he can rejoin.
We wanted to see. But they're all out on the racetrack and they're all sitting behind Bernd Mailander's safety car. And we're waiting for the race to go. Well, maybe Tizot can come back. We're under safety car. He shouldn't be affected too much because of that. We'll have to wait and see. So, all queued up behind the safety car. It is Skeven from Michelangelo. Very interesting to see the pick soft tyres. So, what would you expect then? How long do you think these will last, Ritzer?
Oh, I mean, I haven't really practiced China, so I'm screwed for later in ILR1. I have no idea what to expect. It's difficult to say. I haven't done a 50% race in China before. Can't provide you with any answers for that. I guess we'll see.
Well, I'll provide you with a suggestion. A few things that I've already picked up on here. We've got guys on soft tyres, we've got guys on medium tyres, and I said in qualifying that the one stop was probably very, very unlikely. We need to drag the car out, but we've now got a safety car, and if these guys seriously look after the tyres, and I mean the guys that started on medium, because I think they'll have the advantage on tyre wear, and if they can drag these tyres out, and just be careful, just take it easy, and especially in that middle sector, just be gentle on those tyres. If they can get to say, oh, we got a crash under safety car.
Whoa, what happened there?
Partly drive involved in the front wing is flailing, it is off the car, and he needs a pit stop.
Oh no.
Mechanics scatter from the garage, and they're heading now out to service their car. What the hell happened there?
No idea.
Did you see it?
I only saw Parkway Drive just off on the side there. I didn't actually see exactly what happened. Wasn't really concentrating on the screen. I'm sure viewers might have actually seen that one. Yeah, Parkway Drive's had a disaster there.
Oh, it's a nightmare situation now. He was well up the order in the grid. I think he started third and he was running maybe fourth at the time. And he's coming into the pits and he's fitting the medium tyre and of course a brand new £100,000 front wing to his car. So not at all what McLaren wanted. And Eric Billier, he does not look pleased, does he? No, he does not. No. And even that one he can't blame on Honda. So that's a bit of a shame for Parkway Drive. So Skeven leads from Michelangelo and Zalin is third. But yeah, back to what we're saying about tyres. Could they possibly drag these out, especially those on mediums, till later on in the race? I mean, surely if you get to say, I don't know, lap 15 maybe? Would that be enough to go into soft tyres and get to the end?
Oh.
We'll have to wait and see.
I'm not sure if lap 15 might be enough. But I tell you what though, this safety car really could favour Lickle blocks. He's on those mediums. He's the only one in the top 10 on the mediums. Started in 7th, is currently still 7th, and if he can overtake anyone on the restart, any bit more chaos maybe, you know, jump up a few places, and could really challenge for the race win. He has won a race already. He won in Britain when CJ had that disaster on the last lap after cruising the entire Grand Prix. So could we have our first ever 2-time winner? Oh no! Oh no! Tizok hit the back of Lickle blocks. What the hell happened then? He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, I don't know what he was playing at, to be honest, because he was trying to overtake Liquid Blocks after rejoining the session. I don't know what he was playing at. He just kept trying to overtake him. Absolutely stupid. And he's ended up in the barrier for it. And thankfully, Liquid Blocks, on his great strategy, is not damaged at all by it or hindered by it. I don't know what Tizzot was doing, because it was absolutely ridiculous. He just kept trying to overtake him 2 or 3 times. Little Blocks like, right, okay, stop overtaking me. And eventually, he had a nibble at the rear end of Liquid Blocks and ended up spitting himself back into the barrier. So,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, he got what he deserved. And now he is taking a trip down the pit lane and getting a good stare from his mechanics and guys on the pit wall. Absolutely ridiculous. And the force of VJ Malia is throwing curry from his pit lane. No wonder. Tizzot into the pits, and on goes a brand new front wing. They're another £100,000 front wing fitting a car, and we've only had 4 laps, and none of them have been racing laps. Unbelievable.
Surely this is the last lap under the safety car.
We're under safety car. We're about to get back going again. So, yeah, I have to agree with what you were saying about Liquid Blocks before all the chaos started kicking off again. He is in a superb position there in 7th. But he just needs to be careful. He just needs to stay calm. The race will come to him, and if he can take those mediums long, maybe the one stops on. Maybe we're being ridiculous. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe that's impossible. But even with one more safety car, I'd say that would put him into the window. It certainly would.
Possible, yeah. Definitely, yeah. If there's another safety car, he's sorted.
Yeah, because we need to remember, it's not just the fact. I mean, these tyres will still be at 0% because they didn't do any qualifying laps on them. So we're 4 laps into this race, and these tyres are as fresh as a daisy.
That's true. Yeah, they've got nowhere from qualifying as well. Yeah, they could. I'm thinking the one stop's definitely possible now.
Well,
I don't know if I'm losing my mind, but I think we could see a one stop.
It would require serious tyre management, but are the drivers thinking down the same lines we're thinking? That's the big question. They need to be thinking that way. There's an opportunity here to cut your stops down. There won't be anybody doing 3 anymore, that's for sure. Nobody will be doing 3.
No. What's interesting is CJ is on the mediums now. Taking care of tyres isn't really up his alleyway after Britain. Will he have learned from those mistakes? Will he just go for a safe 2-stop, or is he going to go for a 1-stop himself? Put on a set of those softs after a good amount of laps, after half race distance at least, and then make it to the end, because he didn't do well in the wet qualifying, but we know he's really quick. He's 2nd in the standings, and he really needs to finish high here, because Michelangelo, who's 16 points ahead of him, top of the standings, is in 2nd. So right now that gap is just going to get even bigger.
We got another bumper there as the cars go racing again. Somebody else bouncing off the track and onto the grass at the restart, but we are racing again, and there's no major damage. And across the line they go to start lap 5, the first real racing lap of this Grand Prix, and it's Skeevin from Michelangelo, who is tucked right up behind the Renault already. Look at him racing and racing hard. The Greek driver can smell blood already. Both of them on the soft tyres, launching their way out of turn 2 and 3 and down towards the hairpin. Skeevin leads then. Michelangelo right behind him in 2nd. 3rd is Salin, and 4th is the Watchman. 5th position, it's me, and 6th is Little Blocks. He already made a move. Look at that. Up to 6th on those tyres. Hopefully Johnny's teammate doesn't get too involved in 7th. Dan is 8th. 9th is CJ, and 10th is DNA Joe. So back to the front, where is the leader, Skeevin? He is trying to pull clear now of Michelangelo, who is tucked right up behind him. He needs to get out with the DRS zone before it begins to, before the DRS opens. So along the back straight they go, and it is Skeevin leading the way. And we've got, look at that in the background, the 2 Haas cars racing hard, look at that. And is that one of the Red Bulls getting involved as well? Liquid Blocks is trying to defend, and CJ's mugged one of the Haas cars. He's mugged Johnny, and now DNA Joe is going to do the same thing. Side by side, on the way towards the hairpin. And is there anybody making a move? Johnny tries to hang it round the outside, but he's going to get squeezed, surely. DNA Joe on the inside, trying to fend him off. Johnny will narrow the inside for the final corner, and will he hold on? Yes, he will, just about. And they're still going side by side down towards the first corner. And in front of that, there's more action going on. That's Strisky CJ making another move on those medium tyres, this time on Liquid Blocks, and that is crucial. He's now the lead man on the medium tyre.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, great move. Yeah, lovely move round at turn 1 there. It can go
Yeah.
so right or so wrong, just like that. The moves there are probably the best to see on this entire track because of how long the corner is and how well you have to control the car. But if you misjudge it ever so slightly, oh, there can be absolute chaos, and there will be thrown helmets in the debriefing after the race. But fortunately, nothing wrong there.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this all pans out. But Little Blocks, it has to be said, he's really actually struggling a lot here on these medium tyres. He's all over the place and he's under serious pressure from his teammate now in this scrap for 8th and 9th. Both these Haas cars were running 5th or 6th and 7th a minute ago, and now they're down to 8th and 9th, so it's not going at all well. And Little Blocks is running wide again, and this is another
Hugely
chance for
wide.
Johnny, and this time he goes through easily. Little Blocks is struggling so much, and DNA Joe's under pressure behind as well, and here comes Tizoc, who's recovering from the front wing damage from the safety car, and he goes up into the top 10. Slipstreaming all everywhere you look at the moment down the straight, and the two Haas cars are still side by side. Johnny tries to get through, but Little Blocks are holding up at the moment and holding station into the final corner, and it looks to me like it's going to be very close. Onto the dirt off the track goes Little Blocks, and Johnny looks to have gone through. Johnny goes through and up the place, and look at all the battling all the way through the field. So much going on, and it's really good to see. And look at that, it's me up in 5th place. He's gone for a spin onto the grass. Unbelievable.
Oh,
He drops to 6th now.
still going though.
And he lost out there. Drops to 5th. Drops to 6th, sorry. And he's now under pressure from CJ. Goes round the outside of him again. Another move from CJ. This is absolutely wonderful. Masterclass.
Amazing.
From CJ. A beautiful move into 1 and now into the hairpin. What do you make of that?
He's up 5 places from the restart. Amazing stuff. And it's what's interesting to see is he's went up 5 places, whereas Little Blocks has dropped down a few places. So, it's, I don't know. Maybe Little Blocks just really does not like those medium tires. Maybe it's the setup, not adjusted for those harder tires. I don't know. But CJ is on a charge. He knows what's at stake here at the top of those standings. He knows he has to finish high to avoid Michelangelo just pulling that gap away.
What? Michelangelo is under real pressure. In fact, he's not under pressure
Oh.
anymore. He's been overtaken. Zalin up into 2nd place, using the DRS to its full effect, and he slams onto the brakes and into the corner ahead of Michelangelo. Is he the main man to challenge Stephen this afternoon? He goes through and up into 2nd. Michelangelo drops back to 3rd, and it's now Stephen leading by around 1.4 seconds to Zalin. And look at Michelangelo tucked right up behind him and still having a look, trying to make a way through. But
Whoa.
it looks like Zalin, the Hungarian, is holding on.
Oh, that was. Oh, it's still right behind him. Jeez. Skivan's going to be loving watching this in his mirrors right now. See these two battling, he can pull away even further and guarantee himself a race win, and hopefully his first ever points in the league, which is astonishing.
Well, not only that, you know, he's put out 3 10s in the first sector, and meanwhile he's just coasting away and driving like that. Not only is he pulling a gap, the two behind are destroying their tyres, and
Oh yeah.
really not helpful at all for them. Their chances of victory this afternoon are slipping away. One of them's going to have to break free from the group, from the duet, and start pushing on and hunting that Renault down. But at the moment, it is still the lead for Skeeran. He has a lead of around 2 seconds to Zalin. Then it is Michelangelo in 3rd. Then we go back to the Watchman, who's running a little bit lonely at the moment in 4th. 7.4 seconds off the lead of the race. The front 3 are in a class of their own at the moment, and the Watchman is in a race of his own as well. He's 4th position and a couple of seconds ahead of Dan in 5th. Meanwhile, CJ, who we've just seen pull off a couple of fantastic moves, he's the lead runner on the medium tyre, and he's under pressure here from It's Me. That Renault engine in the back of that Red Bull is not the greatest, and It's Me having a look in the silver down into the hairpin. He gets a great exit out of the corner, and look at that, he's going alongside as they approach the final turn. There's no way through, and he tucks in behind and has to wait a little longer.
CJ closed the door on him a little bit there. He squeezed him right onto the apex, and It's Me had to sort of back out there just in case. He didn't quite know what CJ was doing. Bit risky move there from CJ, but well defended nonetheless.
Yeah, done a great job there, and he's got to defend hard. You know, he's on the medium tyre. He needs that track position. He needs to defend, and he doesn't want to have a car directly in front of him for too long. You know, he wants to keep out the dirty air and keep the tyres in a good range, keep them in a good window, and he's doing everything he needs to do at the moment. Running second, he's 11 seconds off the lead. If he can cut his pit stop by 1, then he would have a good chance here, a really good chance to make up for Silverstone. But as you've already mentioned, he's not one for looking after tyres after he's punctured in Silverstone last time out.
No.
Hopefully, as you've already said, he will learn from his lessons.
I just remembered he got a puncture last week as well when he was he was in the net lead of the race. So, and that wasn't even at the end of the race. That was like in the middle. So, really hoping that he doesn't get a puncture this week. That's too much for one man to take. Really, I mean, there's just only so much bad luck one person can get. Surely this week will be the week CJ finishes without a puncture in his race.
Okay. Well, it looks to me like he's got a good chance of that, but he's not got a good chance of defending this 6th place again, surely. Look at the DRS, that's me. It's going to come straight alongside. He's going to be level in the braking zone, but CJ brakes very, very late, and there's going to be contact. They bang wheels through the corner, and they're running wide onto the grass, onto the AstroTurf. That was messy, but it just about works out for It's Me. And we've got a pit stop already. Somebody coming in, it's the watchman on those softs. They've only got 9 laps out of them, and there was a 4-lap safety car period.
What's he doing?
Goodness me. That's a disaster. Well, I think that for that Red Bull can confirm there will be no 1-stop or 2-stop even if he's doing that.
He's going on softs again.
Goodness me. She's gone from soft to soft, so when
Yeah.
he pits again, that's a guarantee. So
Lickleblocks is in the pits. What? Why is he in the pits?
Oh, that's strange. Already in the pits, and we've got a car out of the race. Who was that? Somebody just retired from the Grand Prix. Parkway Drive, I think.
Yeah, Parkway Drive's out. Lickleblocks is gone. Oh no! So he just came out the pit. I don't know what's happened to Lickleblocks there. I have no idea. He must have just chose to retire because came into the pits, put on a set of the softs after 9 laps.
I missed this, but Michelangelo was back ahead of Zalin. And in fact, they're now going side by side down the back straight. Zalin against Angelo, and look at that. Zalin goes back through into 2nd place, and Skeven is absolutely loving this. He's now got a 3.7 second lead out front, and he's waltzing away from this Italian pair, the Toro Rosso and the Ferrari, of course, both Italian manufacturers. And Zalin's coming in, 10 laps on the board, and that car with those soft tyres is not handling well. I cannot believe how poor these tyres are.
This is worrying signs for later on. Could it be? I don't know. It seems pretty bright out here. Could that have something to do with it? But surely 6 race laps. I mean, that's still so little. I don't know.
It's 6 race laps, and we haven't even had any qualifying laps on them. And we've had a safety car period. It's ridiculous. How are they coming in the pits this soon?
I don't know. Is it tactical? Are they all doing it tactically, or are they having to do it?
That's 10%. Think about that. That's more than that. Must be about 70% is when you need to come into the pits. That if they've only done 6 racing laps, then they must be getting about 12-13% a lap on their tyres.
On soft tyres?
They're not even on the super soft. That doesn't make any sense. I cannot believe
what are we seeing? So well, I guess we'll see in the next few laps whether those pit stops were tactical or whether they had to come in. Because surely the leaders would also come in, but yet to do so are Michelangelo, Skeven, and CJ. Oh, CJ's third now. CJ is third after those pit stops. Running nice clean air. He's in a really good position right now.
Yeah, the question is how far can he go? I mean, he pitted so late under the safety car. If he can get 9 more, 6 more, 7 more, and then go into a set, I don't know how many more. If he can get to 20 and do 8 laps on the softs, it's on. But
yeah.
I don't think it's going to be that easy though.
No.
I don't know how early people are coming in, and Skeven's in as well, and he was leading the race, and he was looking after his tyres, you would think, out front. And
yeah, I mean, he wasn't battling
11,
anyone.
Start of lap 12.
He wasn't battling anyone, so you would think that his tyre wear would be the best out there, really.
Well,
he's on the mediums
think that,
now.
but it's Michelangelo that now leads, and he's carried on, and he's been in the battle. So 12 laps gone, and Michelangelo now takes the lead up, and CJ is delighted with second place at the moment. This is Lickle Blocks will be kicking himself. Look where he could have been at the moment on those medium tyres, driving along nicely. Let's have a quick look at the lap times then over the last few laps. How poor have they been for Michelangelo? He's doing 138s, high 38s, low 39s in general. What's CJ doing? He's doing, wow, he's doing 39s and 38s as well on the mediums. So we'll see how it goes. Stephen now, I want to see anybody that's come in early. How big an undercut are we getting here? Zalin was in the earliest, but he's yet to do a full lap, so we can see the difference between a car that's still out there and a car that hasn't pitted yet.
Well, everyone but the top 3 right now have made a pit stop. There's only 3 people out there who have made a pit stop, which is surprising at this stage. You would have thought it would have been about now where people start to come in, especially after, you know, no qualifier wear and safety car period. But yeah, only 3. So Michelangelo, CJ, and It's Me, the only ones not to have made a stop.
Incredibly, Angelo is still going. You know, that's 13 laps now, and he's been on the soft tyres. So you got to think CJ can do a one-stop from here if he's looking after them. He has to be looking after them. Though.
It's Me's in the pits now. It's Me's just coming in now.
It's Me's come in, so he's in the pits. And we need to keep an eye on Tizoc as well. He came in and put mediums on under the safety car too after his bump. But that might actually have worked in his favour, that crash, because he's now racing with CJ. There might be a potential podium on for these two here. Maybe more, depends on how the tyres hold up. We'll see.
Tizoc on a real recovery drive here. This is in 3rd place.
Because, in truth, right, when the pit stop is made by Michelangelo, the new leader will be CJ, right? So he will lead this. And the question will be, can Skeven overtake them before Skeven needs to come back in? Unless Skeven thinks he can take his mediums to the end, but that looks like a tall order. It does.
It really does, yeah.
As the laps tick by, the better this looks for CJ. It really does. And this is going to be really exciting from the end of the Grand Prix. But it is Angelo still going. If he can go another lap, the things just look great for him and for CJ. But out front, it's Angelo from CJ by 8.7 seconds. Then it is Tizoc, 14 off the lead. Skeven is next, and he's attacking pretty soon on Tizoc, who's on Warren mediums, as we know. Then in 5th position, it is Zalin, and 6th is Forsyth. For God's sake, 4-6. And then 7th is the Watchman, and he is attacking and getting closer and closer to the Scotsman ahead. And Zalin and Forsyth are in a bit of a battle, and the Watchman's there as well. 5th, 6th and 7th all together on the road. Then in 8th there is Dan, all on his own. Johnny runs 9th, and 10th is It's Me after his pit stop.
So Michelangelo's gone another lap. Skeven came in at the end of lap 11. It's lap 14 now, and Michelangelo's still out there on the soft, so he's really going for a heavy overcut here, which, I mean, with the amount of laps left, you've got to think is going to work. It's at least going to give him advantage.
It's clear here that there's no overcut involved here. He's doing one less stop, so
yeah.
It looks.
Oh yeah, one less stop, of course.
It's Skeven and all that. Oh, Skeven now, he's making a move. He's past Tizoc. There you go. Up into 3rd place. Those worn mediums not working now for Tizoc, but Skeven flies past him and takes 3rd place. Next up on his radar is CJ, who will also be beginning to struggle, but he has to play the long game, does the Red Bull driver. Can he get 5 or 6 more out of this? Probably not. We'll have to wait and see. He needs to get himself on a set of soft tyres, but not too soon. But if he's committed this long on a set of mediums, you'd think he might be able to get one stop. We'll find out. It is still Angelo out there on those softs. It's incredible.
Is he going to go another lap? Is he going to go another lap? Because if he goes another lap, surely he's going to do one stop. We'll see right now.
Well, here we go. This is the moment of truth. Surely he's going to peel into the pits. The Ferrari mechanics are ready, and here he comes. At long last, Michelangelo makes his way down the pit lane. What can we expect here?
CJ's pitting the same lap as Michelangelo on the harder tyre. That's how well Michelangelo's managed his tyres. Wow.
It's either brilliance from Angelo or terrible tyre management from CJ. One of the two. I'm not quite sure which one it is, but it would appear PJ has had enough. He's come into the pits. Skeven now leads this. and leads it by a country mile at the moment. Well, not a country mile, he leads by a good few seconds. Anyway, to Tizzle, 4.5. But what will Tizzle do? Will he do the opposite to CJ and go long, go to 20? If he can go to 20, then he's got a real chance.
Yeah, you would think so. Yeah. I think he can make it. And go on softs and go to the end. It's really hard to
he's
call.
not off! No, he's not. That was just lag. It was lag. False alarm.
Ah.
I thought he went off the track, but it was just lag.
Ah.
Classic Cody's there. So, now we have got Stephen from Tizok, and then in third is Salad, distant third, some 7 seconds off the lead. It does not look for him to this afternoon. It doesn't look like he can match Stephen here in Shanghai. Watchman is 4th, 5th is 4th, fuck off, and 6th is Michael Angelo. 7th is Johnny, 8th position is CJ, and he's gone for the soft tyre. Interesting. Dan is 9th, 10th is It's Me, and 11th right behind him is the White Leopard. I've got a lot of lag here, so it's going to be difficult to pick up on what's going on. He's going side by side, the White Leopard, to take 10th place away from It's Me on the medium tyre. He goes through now and takes that 10th place. Next up on his radar is Dan and Johnny and CJ. There's a big train of cars fighting over 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th. Real good scrap going on there.
Oh, we've got a car off.
Yeah,
who was that?
Dan.
Dan's went off and...
Dan shooting off, and now he's almost forced into the pit lane as a result. Oh dear, not a good afternoon for Force India. Not a good afternoon for Dan. And he comes into the pits. Will he be coming into the tyre, or is he coming in for a pit stop? He's coming in, he's going on. Is that the super soft?
What?
Well, I'll see. Okay, mate,
It
I'll see you
is.
in another lap coming down the pit lane. I'll see you next lap, mate. He'll be tucked by the time he gets back round again. It's unbelievable.
Oh, you've got to wonder what the wear is on those super softs, considering how early people had to pit on the softs. Oh no, I'm not sure that's the wisest decision. Maybe he could just be going for a fastest lap of the race, get a point that way, you know. Now after that spin, it looks unlikely he's actually going to be able to get points by finishing inside the top 10. So it could be a tactical decision to get a fastest lap, but surely you'd think he'd wait until there's less fuel in the car. I don't know what Force India are thinking there, to be honest.
Well, they're going for no durability whatsoever with one car, and they've got the other car going round 16 laps into this race, and he's yet to pit outside the safety car window. So Tizok, is he coming in now, or is he going to go again? He comes in now, so he's had enough of those mediums. Obviously the one stop is not possible unless Tizok puts another set on. He can do that. He didn't start on these tyres. He came into the pits to fit the mediums.
That's
so he
true.
can come in here and put another set of mediums on and go to the end. Was that what he's going to do?
It is exactly
what he's going to do.
Good call.
Good call from one Force India, not so from the other. And Tizok will rejoin in 10th place, having pitted for the final time, and the rest of them are yet to stop again. Wow.
Very different strategies. Complete opposite
here, and that would
strategies.
be something else. Great work from that. He's purely inherited that from his ridiculous behaviour under the safety car.
Yeah, I can't believe it. That's benefited him. Unbelievable.
Yeah, well, you win some, you lose some. But back at the front, Stephen's lead is now 9 seconds over Salin. Now that the Force India is out of the way, the two are no longer separated by any other cars, and there's 9 seconds in it. For goodness sake, Stephen has put on a wonderful show here. Expert drive. He was epic in qualifying yesterday. He was untouchable. The first lap he did at the start of the session, he was on it immediately, and he's continued that in the Grand Prix. Not been overtaken, not been attacked, and he's going to dominate this here. Wonderful drive so far, but there's a long way to go. Still 11 laps.
The Watchman and Michelangelo 3rd and 4th. Michelangelo's got the DRS and goes past the Watchman into 3rd place, into a podium spot.
Yeah, lovely stuff from the Greek driver. The Watchman could only watch, and up goes Michelangelo into 3rd place, as you say. So the other Ferrari is 4 steps. He's doing well here. He's going to climb up into 4th here on those medium tyres.
Oh, the Watchman's in the pits. Yeah. The Watchman.
Watchman's in. So that'll be his final stop. So it won't be super soft. That's a guarantee. I think it might be mediums here. Into the box, yep, a set of mediums for the Watchman. He's going to the end. The crucial question is, where is he in relation to Tivok? Because that is crucial. Tizok, sorry. And Tizok is only coming down the start line now. The Watchman might have him here. That would be incredible. He does have him. How has he done that?
Oh.
What? Tizok must have had a horrible outlap or made a huge mistake because he was running an easy second and the Watchman was a couple of places further back and quite a bit down the road.
Well, we didn't.
Tizok has now lost out to the Watchman and surely all hopes of a podium have been dashed.
Yeah.
What has happened to Tizok?
Well, we weren't following him for his outlap. We're checking on the leaders. Michelangelo's overtake on the Watchman as well. So I have no idea what's happened. He must have went on the grass, maybe half spin, something, because he's lost out huge.
He's done a 2-minute 2 on that last lap. That was obviously including a pit stop, but that's a lot more than what it should be. Like, let's pick somebody else, for example. There's CJ. In his pit stop lap, he did a 1:53. So
yeah,
somewhere in that first sector, Tizok has made a mistake because it's that sector that's showing up the worst. There's 50 odd seconds on his first sector.
First corner.
Count a pit stop in it as well. That is incredible.
Could be first corner. So, went onto the grass, went too wide. That's mayhem when you do that. It's my guess.
More than that, he's lost a full 10 seconds. He must have went a full 360 degrees into
yeah.
the spin.
Yeah, he caught the grass, done a full spin, and then obviously the after effects of having grass all over your tyres, that'll slow you down for a good few corners or so.
Yeah, that must have been it. Now let's have a look for a battle on track. It looks like the White Leopard against Johnny's the one to watch. Is Dan retired from the race? Will that bring out a safety car? Hopefully not, for some of the drivers out there are going long on their mediums. They'll be crying if that happens, but the White Leopard is running in 7th behind Johnny here. Is he going to have a go then as they go down towards the hairpin? He's on the outside. Will he do the switch back to the inside? He thinks about it. Johnny holds the middle ground and defends strongly and defends well. Good defensive driving from Johnny, the British driver, and he's now under real pressure. The White Leopard, the Dutchman, trying to go round the outside. Oh. Surely he can't do that, and he nearly does.
Oh, that was close.
That was close. Both drivers on the medium tyre, and defending for his life is Johnny at the moment. Look at this, he's all over the back of him. Look at that, the McLaren attacking. He needs to get the move down in the corners because it's horrendous in a straight line. What can he do now as they hit the brakes for the next corner? He's up the inside and he's through. Beautiful move there from the White Leopard, and he takes 6th place.
That's great. That was a great battle through sector 1 and 2 there. White Leopard up into 6th place now on those mediums.
Yeah. And we've got another battle going on here, and up the inside goes a Red Bull. Oh, who is that? That is CJ making a move and climbing through ahead of the Scotsman, Forstix, who drops to 5th. So up a place and now into the pits then. Is that Forstix coming in for a final stop? He can't get those mediums all the way, so he's coming in probably for another set of them. So, lap 20 out of 28, it's still Skeevan out front, 10.7 clear of Salin. Michelangelo running 3rd, and going to the end of this race maybe? No, he can't be, surely not. He come in around lap 15 or 16. It's going to be hard, it's going to be tough. But he managed to go so long on, and hold on a minute here, I've just clocked something. He can still win this race.
Who's that?
Michelangelo. Skeevan's going to be struggling on those tyres. He pitted so early. Michelangelo's going to do one less stop here. I think Michelangelo's going to do the one stop that we're talking about. The only difference is he's going to do it by starting on the softs and then going to the mediums. Remember, he didn't come into lap 14 or 15 on softs, so imagine how far he can go in mediums. He can be going the distance here, Michelangelo. He is 13 seconds behind the leader, but obviously Skeevan will come in and fit either softs or super softs. I think it's going to be Michelangelo leading this race with Skeevan hunting him down at the finish. That's how I can see it.
Yeah, I'd agree with you on that one, yeah. Skeevan stays out for now, though. Michelangelo, that is going to be a great battle to see at the end, if he can hold off Skeevan. On those fresher tyres, on those softer tyres as well, you'd think.
Gatlin's come in and he's made a complete mess of his pit entry. He's done a Hamilton and done a half spin on the way in there. He's done a Hamilton 2007 and bundled across the grass, across the gravel. Thankfully, not featuring it in this occasion, unlike Lewis Hamilton. So he gets away with it, but he's lost valuable time, and his hopes of a podium might have been dashed there. CG up to third now on those soft tyres. He will not get them to the end, no way. White Leopard in fourth, fifth is Johnny, and sixth is It's Me. What tyres has Zalin put on? He's put on a set of mediums to do 7 laps. That's strange.
That I don't know. Don't know about that one. 7 laps, really? Do you really need the mediums? Unless he's, I don't know. Hang on, who was that? Zalin. Let's have a look.
It really is. Out front.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Why has he done that?
Very strange, but
Unless, like, the only suggestion I would have had is he maybe had an accident on the safety car, had to put on another set of softs, and he's ran out of soft tyres. But no, it's not that at all. That's yeah, I don't get that. No, that's confusing. I don't think that's a mistake.
I'm amazed that he ran out of tyres because he didn't use any on Saturday, so it was raining. So it'd be quite incredible if he ran out of tyres.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking.
Chucked them in the bonfire and just burnt them all overnight. I don't know. Strange one. But Stephen does still lead, and his advantage is only 13.2 seconds. You know, he's not exactly pulling away here from Michelangelo. Then in Michelangelo, he's been keeping the tyres in a great window. He's been doing a great job. The championship leader right now has got the tyres in the right window. He's keeping the gap steady at around 13.5 seconds. And Stephen, we think, might need to stop again. Because he pitted a lot earlier. Let's have a quick look then at the race director. When did Stephen come into the pits?
11, lap 11.
As lap
Yeah.
Lap 12, Stephen came in. So for him to pit
End of lap
and
11.
then
Yeah.
go off, he'd have to go a full, what? What's that? He pitted in lap 12.
End of lap 11, so we'd have to do 17 laps on those mediums.
That's a tall order.
The way things are going. Yeah. Exactly.
That's frisky CJ territory. That for a puncture. That's what that is. Michelangelo, he came in at the end of lap 15, so he's got a chance. He has got a chance. That's only what, 13 laps on those tyres. So that's a good 4 laps difference, and that's a lot. That is a lot around the track
huge.
like this. So will Stephen hang it out to the finish, or is he going to come in and fire a set of super softs? Will we see the red stripe tyre at the end of this race for Stephen? Quite possibly.
Will he come in this lap?
Well, if he's going to commit to that strategy, he would have to come
Yeah.
in soon. Well, but not too soon, because you don't want to be falling off the cliff at the end of the race. So maybe around
No.
lap 24, 20, yeah, about probably lap 24 if he's going to do it. But if he pits in, if he leaves it any later than that, he won't catch Angelo by the end. But the problem is, if he goes all the way to the finish on those mediums, he'll have no grip left. He'll be on the canvas, and Angelo will be wheeling him in. Interestingly though, right now, Angelo's keeping the gap the same. I mean, you know, that's quite strange. There's 4 lap difference in the tyres, and the gap isn't shifting at all. You'd have thought that the Greek driver would be wheeling him in, but it's really not happening. So we'll have to wait and see for what Stephen decides to do. So it's all about that at the front. The front 2 is the battle for the victory. They might be separated by 13.3 seconds, but we have a suspicion that there will be a difference in strategy. We have a thought that Stephen will be in again, but we cannot confirm that. He leads from Michelangelo, and third is the White Leopard. He looks like the man that's going to come out on top in that podium duel. He's third. It's me is fourth for Sauber. Fifth is the Watchman. And Zalin is now 6th after his horrendous pit entry attempt earlier on the Grand Prix. 7th is the Scotsman 4-6, and then it's Frisky CG in 9th, whose promising race has been undone somewhat. Johnny is 10th, 11th is DNA Joe outside the points, and 12th is Bulletproof right down at the back of the pack. So how do you see it panning out, Ritson? Do you think Stephen's going to come in soon, or do you think he's going to try and break
I mean,
the finish?
he's come around the penultimate turn, so let's just see if he comes in now.
Here we go then, the moment of truth.
He does.
Yes,
He does.
Here we go then.
What's he going to put on?
Showdown for victory at the end of this race. Here comes the Renault into the pit, and into the lead now will go Michelangelo. Surely he's going to go to the end of the race. Remember, there's 4 laps difference in the tyres. There's 5 laps to go, so it would make sense for Angelo to go the whole way. He crosses the line now, and the Ferrari senses victory. They sense glory here.
Super softs. He's on the super softs for 5 laps.
Off the jacks, and away he goes now. The yellow submarine is going to be shooting along the racetrack now. He's on the super soft tyre. He's 2 stages softer on his tyre now than Michelangelo, and he's about 12 to 13 laps younger as well. He's 8.4 seconds behind. This is going to be a thrilling showdown. Will he be able to reel this gap in, or will Michelangelo extend his championship advantage?
Oh.
It's going to be interesting. What do you think? Where's your money?
I'm gonna stick with. Oh no, wait! Is that 6.4 seconds already? Has he already got it down to 6 point? I think he has. I was about to say Michelangelo, but seeing how far that gap's just went down, I'm sure it was 8 seconds. Like as soon when he came out of the pits.
Yeah, it was.
Let's see what it's like after this sector. I was gonna go with Michelangelo.
Well, Stephen made a small mistake there, so note that as well. It's only gone down to 5.9. He made a mistake there. He was on the grass. So he's let's say he takes about 1.5 seconds out of him a lap. He will get there. Oh, and this is going to be so tight at the end.
Then the DRS.
Don't get me wrong, Stephen's tyres will die quickly too, because those super softs are basically a qualifying tyre, let's be honest. So he needs to get there quickly and get his tyres there in a good state. But Michelangelo locking up at the hairpin, he's struggling to get that car into the corners. But we know he's good at looking after the tyres. We've seen it in the opening stint. Can he hold out for a famous win for Ferrari? The prancing horse will be hoping and hoping. The flags are out in the grandstand. The Ferrari fans await their man as he crosses the line to start lap 25 out of 28. It's going to be interesting. Stevens cut the gap down to 4.8 seconds, a second in that final sector, and there's barely any corners in it. Unbelievable.
We've got 4 laps to go now.
I think, and he's going to get there in good time. It's me is now running third, and Michael's behind. He's only just crossed the line. What a result for Sauber that is. The Watchman is 4th, and he's being attacked by Zalin. Big time. Zalin all over him, the Hungarian driver, whose race has gone from okay to terrible, really, in a space of a few laps. He's a few dodgy pit stops, a few dodgy pit stop entries, and now he's only running in 5th place. What looked like a challenge for victory is looking no more than a challenge for the final spot on the podium and a taste of some champagne. It's me holds it at the moment, Watchman in 4th and Zalin in 5th, and right behind them is Tizok in 6th, whose tyres are falling to bits. No, they're not. He's sorry. Did he not come in and put for 7 laps? Was that not him?
When did Tizok? I'm gonna check now. It's hard to keep up with everyone. No, yeah, he came in lap 16. At the end of lap 16 he came in. So he's done about 7 laps on them. The medium should be okay. It should be all right for now, but I don't think he's going to be able to gain on the 2 cars ahead of him.
Well, let's have a quick rundown of the order then. It is Michelangelo leading, but only just from a hard chasing Stephen in 2nd. It's me is 3rd for Sauber. That would be a great result for them. Watchman in 4th. 5th is Zalin. 6th Tizok. 7th the White Leopard. 8th is Force Picks. 9th is Johnny. 10th DNA Joe, and 11th Bullet with CJ now all the way down in 12th place. The question is, the big question, the big story about this race is whether Stephen can catch Michelangelo, and beginning to think he will.
2.8 seconds behind now. Oh.
Wow, he's cutting the gap down really quickly.
2.3.
What?
Andy's left the session. No, you'll have to use one of those other invites. Okay, it's
said to everyone, don't go anywhere, and the commentator's the one that decides.
Oh dear. Skivan's 2.3 seconds behind Michelangelo now. They're coming into the end of sector 2. What's the gap going to be here? Is he going to cut it by another half second or so? Yeah, he has. Half a second exactly. He's got the gap 1.8 seconds with 2.5 laps remaining. This is going to be tight. Is he going to be able to... He should be able to get within DRS on the back straight for the next lap. But then he's got to be worried about those super softs dying. I mean, after a couple laps, surely they're going to lose pace pretty quickly. But then it's very interesting because Michelangelo's tyres are going to be absolutely torn apart. The amount of laps. Oh no, wait, Michelangelo 15 laps. Yeah, towards the end they're not going to be good as they come across the start finish line of... Oh, and Andy's left the party. Oh no. We've got 2 laps left. Just let me invite the other commentator back in here. 1.2 seconds is the gap between the top two right now. Michelangelo still leading, Skivan gaining incredibly quickly right now. In sector 1, coming towards the end of sector 1 now. It's just over 1 second. He should be able to get within DRS now, as long as he doesn't make a mistake. Skivan will be in DRS range of Michelangelo on those super soft tyres. Oh dear, Andy's had a disaster with his connection. He's not even on F1 anymore. We've got a huge battle going in third. Zalen the Watchman really close behind It's Me. Let's go quickly back on board with Skivan. 0.7 seconds behind Michelangelo now as they come down the back straight. He's going to be within DRS range. And let's just see how much he ends up catching up here. I don't think he's not going to get him here, but he's going to be a hell of a lot closer. He's right on him, almost touching the back of that Ferrari there. Coming through the penultimate turn now. And they will be starting the final lap of this race. DRS once again. He's not going to be able to gain here either. Got to keep it steady though. He's got to make sure he's close behind that Ferrari car for that back straight. That's going to be the chance for him to gain the lead of this race. Oh, blimey, Zalen almost going off track. It's Me still in third. Watchman now on the inside of Zalen. And the Watchman will hold fourth, I think. Yeah, he will. Skivan right behind Michelangelo still, coming through sector 1. Three tenths is what separates the top two. No, half a second now that they've just came across sector 2 now. This is going to be really interesting. Last chance for Skivan to get this race win, to get his first points in ILR2 after a few DNFs. Let's go on board, let's see. Oh, he's too far back now. It does look like Michelangelo is going to extend his gap by as much as he possibly can. He's going to gain the 25 points from this Chinese Grand Prix. Well, incredibly well raced by Michelangelo. He picks up the win. Skivan will pick up his first points in this league in second place. Michelangelo extending his lead at the top of the championship standings over CJ. And we look at the battle for third. It looks like the Watchman's going to get that. Are there any more moves to be done? We've got two cars going by side. Oh, It's Me down in fifth now. Oh my god, we've got a car on the wall. Wow, that isn't that delightful. And oh dear. So get a quick rundown now. Michelangelo has won this race, first place. Skivan in second, Watchman third, It's Me fourth, Zalen in fifth. Tizox finished in fifth after having a bit of a disaster under the safety car early on. The White Leopard is in seventh. Johnny R95 in 8th, DNA Joe in 9th, managed to get into the points. Bulletproof in 10th, It's Frisky CJ down in 11th. His race looked to be picking up really quickly after not having the best of qualifying sessions, but he did go on the super softs to try and get that fastest lap time, which we will see in the race results screen in a moment. And 4-6 is going to finish 12th, and his commentary car in 13th. Eva in 14th, and everyone else has DNF'd this race. Last few cars just coming across the line, and there we go. The race results. Skivan with 1:35.9. Oh, on this fresh super sauce. Oh, absolutely flying. And he will have gotten the fastest lap there, so that'll be 19 points for him. Oh, here we go. He's back. Joins the party just as the race finishes. Oh, you're a bit quiet there.
Absolute disaster. Disaster class there. That is why, Jamie, in case you're wondering and you're still listening, I was not doing a stream because my internet would have packed in 5 minutes. There you go. But I have to say though, is the stream still live? Yes. Are we still
Yeah,
live on stream?
Steam is still going right now.
Well, I have to say that was very impressive from the Greek driver. That was magnificent driving from Michelangelo. I mean, to hold on and keep those tyres in that window for so long was superb. You know, as we said CG should have done it. We said Tivok should have done it, but they didn't. They didn't hang it out on those tyres the way they should have. The way that Michelangelo did, and he did a one-stop basically. He did do a one-stop, didn't he? That's how he won the race.
Yeah, it is. That safety car really helped him. That safety car was crucial in getting a race win today for Michelangelo, who, well, he gains 25 points on, well, I don't think he's going to be second anymore. If we just have a quick look at the standings, Chris Johnson, he's 13 points ahead of It's Me. I think he'll still be second, but Michelangelo is starting to run away with this title already after 4 rounds. And another interesting point is Skivan. He may have finished second today, 18 points, but he did get pole lap, and he also got the fastest race lap, I should say. So he will end today with 20 points from this race. So not a bad weekend for him, even though he didn't quite manage to get that race win.
Well, I have to say, we said it in commentary. We said, "Will the one-stop happen? Will it happen?" And we were kept getting written off by people coming into the pits nice and early, but thankfully in the end we weren't left looking like idiots, and Michelangelo made sure of that by going and doing the one-stop and winning the race. So
It's Me also managed a one-stop. It's Me also managed a one-stop. He finished 4th place in the Sauber and started 8th on the grid. So, you know, well played to him. Yeah, he was just a second or so. I think the Watchman got him in the last couple laps because his tyres, It's Me's tyres were pretty dead.
Oh well, fantastic race in Shanghai nonetheless. All about strategy from the early stages after that safety car, and because of qualifying as well, giving everyone the free choice of tyre. In the end, it was Michelangelo who waved the magic wand and got the strategy spot on, and he won.
Right. Next week it is Italy. Surely there's going to be huge chaos going down to turn 1. So we will see you then. And the ILR 1 race is about to be in 5 minutes. So we really need to get a move on. So we'll see you guys next week for more ILR 2.